You know, I do
And
have
that's
a
his
problem with
stance.
RFK, though.
About what?
Because he wants to take away my Taco Bell.
Oh,
He
that's
wants to
not-
take
He
away
actually-
my seed oils, my fast food.
Okay, so he said,
You love your Taco
he
Bell.
specifically said today, if you like fast food, you should be able to get fast
You
food.
like your health care provider.
Look, man, he's not. He's not. Fair enough, but he's not Barack Obama.
No,
But
I'm just kidding.
I don't think that. I don't think that his motivation is to prohibit anything. I think except for possibly things like the dyes that are harmful in the foods that are totally unnecessary. Like it's all just about, they're putting dyes in food so that way they have a certain aesthetic. And other countries have the same foods, the same brand names and everything. And I mean, I've been all over Europe. I've been to Europe like 15 times. I've been all over, many, many Western countries. And like the food, it's the same. Like just because it doesn't have like the red dye or whatever dye you want to discuss, it's still the same.
Don't tell
stuff.
me you're one of those people who says that you lose 10 pounds every time you go to Europe.
No, I go to Europe. Every time I go to Europe, I gain weight because I'm not going to the gym and not doing cardio.
Everybody
Okay,
walks in
finally
Europe.
someone said it.
I'm just
I never heard that
honest
before.
person.
Everyone's always
No,
went
I
to Europe.
see these posts all the time that are like, it's because there are no seed oils in Europe, and they really just want to brag about the fact that they went on vacation.
the
in
thing
Europe.
is
but
they walk.
they're
Yeah,
like,
check their
I
steps."
lost 10 pounds when I went to Europe because there aren't poisons in the food.
Well, you walked 27,000 steps. That's why you lost weight.
Exactly,
Yes.
100%. Because you're not jumping into a car and everything. And to be honest with you, like European cities, being that most of them are very, very, very old, they're mostly set up so that way you can walk to areas that are, walk around and get all the stuff you need for the most part, because they were built when everybody had to hoof it everywhere.
Well, Amsterdam's, it's faster to walk in Amsterdam than it is to take a car. You go on Google Maps and it's like 7 minutes walk, 14 minutes car because it's just not designed
The
for it.
roads are so thin over there.
Oh, yeah.
They're just tiny. Like I was in Greece and it's a lot of places, but just they're this big compared to our roads. Ours, we have from the park on the side. They don't have that over there.
Yeah, I mean, look, we were talking to, I forget his name. He was a Polish MP, and he was here when we were in D.C.
Dominic Terzinski.
Dominic, that's it. He was, he was talking about Poland has been a country since like 900 AD.
Yeah.
So it's like you're talking about a place that's almost 1,200 years, 1,300 years, or whatever, and it's like the streets and the stuff, the layout of the streets and stuff is going to be geared towards people walking around. So.
Can I just make a comment really fast as well?
Please.
Because I think like this is something that I feel like the right could be behind. I don't know why we're not saying let's make public works. Why don't we just say like let's renew the interstate? I don't know if everyone's seen on their local interstate, but there's a lot of places that could use some work. Why don't we fund this in a better way than saying, oh well, if you don't make 21-year-olds drinking age, like what's with all this stuff? Like there should be public works in the United States, rebuild the bridges. There's so much stuff we could be doing, like all the parks and stuff. Like I lived in LA for a long time. Look at Pershing Park. That place is scary now. Yeah. It used to be like an amazing place, and now it's like terrifying to be around. I wouldn't go there.
Walking Dead.
Yeah.
So a lot of the stuff you're talking about is actually state level stuff. So like the funding for the interstates, sure, that kind of stuff.
And I realize that, but I'm just saying like I don't see why we aren't pushing for that. Why aren't we pushing for more expansion of things that are helping us? We have control of the federal government. We have the tools. We should use them. We never do ever in the past. We're always like, oh, pump the brakes there, Sonny, with the Democrats. That's not what you're doing right now.
I mean, Eisenhower did a whole lot with the interstate system by setting up the interstate system, and that came because he went to Europe and looked at what the
at the Autobahn, et cetera,
what the Germans had done
right.
in with their infrastructure and stuff. That is all downstream from progressive policy. So I think that you would get pushback from the right on that, at least when it comes to the modern right that says, oh, we want to see a small government that doesn't have their hand in everything, and we don't want to fund everything. If you've got Doge and you're talking about actually trying to shrink the government, then you're gonna run into that kind of conflict. But remember, anytime we talk about funding anything, mandatory spending is where it's at. We can cut all of the discretionary spending out that we want, and it's not going to change the fundamental breakdown of Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid are what's driving the debt, and so we need to do something about those. So I get what you're saying, and honestly, the amount of money that would be spent on projects like that would be minuscule when you compare it to
the rest of the stuff. When
you compare it to the mandatory spending. It's true.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.